So hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Masai Games on Cars. Today I have a really special vehicle. This is the FJ Cruiser. A lot of you actually recognize this vehicle. This one has been done up pretty well, but the FJ Cruiser was sort of, like a small Land Cruiser, and it's very popular because this vehicle is very off-road worthy. You can put on big wheels on it. It's two-door, but you can open the back door and then you get sort of four doors. And it's quite modular. People like to build these up, especially as winter trucks, put on big wheels, and it is absolutely off-road worthy. So today I want to take you through an FJ Cruiser. You guys know that Toyota actually discontinued the FJ Cruiser in, I believe, 2010 or 2012 or whatever the year was, but they don't sell them anymore. So today I want to take you through this vehicle and check it out and see everything that it has to offer. And unfortunately, Toyota discontinued it, but with the Ford Bronco coming up, maybe Toyota will bring it back. So it's a really cool vehicle. I like it a lot, and so let's get through it. Thank you to Ace Prestige Motors for giving me this vehicle today. If you guys want to buy a new car, used or brand new, this is the place to check out if you're in Nairobi. Gong Road, Ace Prestige Motors. They got Land Cruisers, they got Range Rovers, they got it all. So want to buy a car? Check them out. Alright, so this is the FJ Cruiser. It's very similar to the Prado V6 that I had, basically. In terms of tire size, the FJ Cruiser follows with a lot of parts shared with the actual Land Cruiser Prado. And for you guys in the US, Land Cruiser Prado is basically the Land Cruiser GX, which is gaining in popularity like crazy. But the FJ Cruiser stock, you're actually supposed to be running about a 17-inch rim and a 265 tire in size. This has been upgraded, so you got a 20-inch rim and a 285 70 R20 tire, so a much bigger size. But you can see this vehicle, it's in a black finish and you got the chrome bits, and it's almost reminiscent of the Hummer. You guys remember when the Hummer 2 came out in the movies Bad Boys, and they sort of went down that cliff and destroyed all those little kiosks. But this car has a lot of bits that remind me of the Hummer, and especially this grille. And we know Toyota discontinued this product, which I'm not so happy about. Look at the truckish kind of side mirrors that this vehicle has. It's got so many cool bits to it that make it a really fun vehicle. And I believe this particular version is being sold right now for about I believe $39,000. So not cheap for an FJ Cruiser. But this vehicle does have a lot of unique bits, especially also the windscreen. When I take you on the interior, you'll realize it's got a very different feel to any other vehicle that I've been in because of the way this windscreen is. It's a bit of a different shape. It's almost like a small rectangle, and it gives a very different feel to driving this vehicle. And a few other cool features are, of course, you got these vents over here on the bonnet. You can see we've got 3 wipers. I mean, which car gives you 3 wipers? We've got this handy mirror that all the other vehicles also have. And so, as you remember, when I had the Prado 120 series, mine was a 4-liter V6 basically. It's the 1GR FE engine from Toyota, and the FJ Cruiser shares that same engine and a lot of the suspension components as well. And the good thing with these vehicles is you can mod them up, you can put a suspension lift, you can throw on big tires, and you have a serious off-road vehicle then. In terms of size, obviously it's a bit smaller. It's 2-door, and then you can open the back door, but it's a bit of a smaller vehicle. It doesn't have as much space as, say, my Cygnus, but it's a fun vehicle, and it can do most of the stuff that the other cruisers can do, while also bringing in a lot of cool bits to it. So why don't we go on the interior and actually start discovering this vehicle a bit more, and then take it on a quick ride and see how it drives. Alright guys, so here is the FJ Cruiser. Let me just take you through it, some of the cool bits that I actually like about this vehicle. And the first one has to do with the fact that it's a 2-door, but when we open this door, I can actually open the back door as well, which is quite useful. I like it. So, it opens almost like a Rolls-Royce opening, but not so much a Rolls-Royce opening because it's a bit weird. These doors don't move any more than this, so it's not very helpful in terms of, they didn't think about the amount of space that they're giving you here. But it's a small vehicle. You could probably put some kids back in there. I don't think I would fit so well. Yeah. All right, so legroom isn't so great being 6'1", but as you can see, plenty of headroom. So, and not that bad, quite comfortable. So, you know, not on a very long drive, but on a decent drive, you could be quite comfortable in here. Maybe a bit claustrophobic because of how small that windscreen is, but the getting out is the real problem. Alright, so we're in the FJ Cruiser now. As you can see, the distance from me and the camera is quite small because this vehicle is very small, but you got little handy features. Like you can see, we've got some few armrests over here. The car comes with fabric seats. These are leather seat covers, which actually they make a nice difference and give you a bit of a leather smell, which is actually quite nice. As you can see, we've got cool bits like the gear knob. I mean, you don't find this in every car that you drive. It's a simple automatic transmission, but look at the shape of the gear knob and the little gears. You know, it's almost like a fun vehicle. It is full-time four-wheel drive, so you get your 4 low and 4 high, so no messing about. We can go off-road. We can lock. I believe we can lock a diff. I'm not so sure. Actually, you can't lock a diff. But yeah, you can see how sort of primitive the designing is. You know, so basic. But now that the Bronco has come out, this reminds me a lot of the Bronco. You remember in the Ford Bronco, they just wrote Bronco over here, but the interior styling is quite similar to this FJ. And I would hope Toyota brought this car back. Very simple speedometer, nothing, you know, sort of extra luxurious, and a lot of plastic, which of course is durable, but you know, it's not a luxury vehicle, and so you don't expect that. And in this particular one, the reverse camera is not working, or I don't believe it even has a reverse camera. But that's not what this vehicle is about. You expect the extra plastic, but at the same time, it's a fun vehicle. It's durable. You can clean it up easily, and it can be a really fun vehicle to have in your fleet, especially the way these doors open. Alright, so we're at the back of this FJ Cruiser now, and as you can see, the chrome bits actually for once fit with the vehicle. Like, this is a black vehicle. I actually like the chrome and the way it looks. And as we had with the Prado, you know, this car reminds me a lot of my Prado. As we had with the Prado, you've got your classic door opening, but this is controlled by a strut, which is pretty cool, as you heard it, you know. So, you know, it's nice to have something controlled by a hydraulic strut. Like the Prado, you have this lift, which I don't like so much. If you're carrying a heavy luggage or whatever, you have to throw it up over there. Whereas in a Land Cruiser, you know, it would be lower, and you have the tailgate, so it's a bit more useful. And this isn't a very big space. You know, if you go on a big trip and you have some of those huge Samsonite bags, you're not even going to fit 2 or 3 of them. So I guess if you're a big family, the FJ might not help you that much. But I think you'd be able to make do. But definitely as a fun vehicle to get in and go for some off-roading, go to the national park. It looks like a lot of fun, actually. And I like it quite a bit. And of course, the owner of this particular vehicle has added some nice bits, which just make the vehicle a bit more livable instead of all the plastic. So that's the back end of the car. So we're in the FJ right now. You know, being inside this vehicle, I think you can see some of the cool features that just don't make it like a normal vehicle, like the sun visors that we have over here, the squarishness of the vehicle. I mean, look at this door, look at this window, and how rectangular this car is, like you're in an absolute cube, which makes it quite fun. And the funky gearbox is easy to maneuver. Unfortunately, I don't have a reverse camera, which doesn't help me at all. So we're gonna try our best. Turning circle is not that good, if I'm honest. It doesn't turn that much, and that's what makes it a bit difficult. But we'll get out eventually. So actually, it's quite easy to move this car around. Feels quite square. I love the way these side mirrors are. I love the way they're exactly like a truck. You know, they're long mirrors rather than side. And this has that 4-liter V6, and it's actually quite silent in this car. And it really reminds me of my Prado. So let's just Let's check out a bit of the ride quality, shall we? Nice and responsive, 4-liter V6, so I know this engine has got good torque to it. And this car has been upgraded to those 20-inch rims, but it actually drives very smoothly. We're in a bit of a rocky road, and this is driving really nicely. So we just take a quick turn over here. So easy to work with this transmission. And the vehicle sounds well as good. So 4-liter V6, and you got a simple speedometer, nothing fancy. You know, this isn't a luxury vehicle that so you don't expect some of the added features that you get. You know, you don't expect heated seats, and you don't expect the telescopic steering wheel and all those little niceties that these vehicles sometimes have. But you know, in terms of fun and actually just having some fun as you drive, this vehicle definitely checks that box. Definitely checks that box. And visibility is actually quite good because you're sitting in such a square. You know, I can see pretty well. I mean, this pillar doesn't block you that much. And the main things about these FJs is that people used to just you know, you can put a lift kit, you can put some stronger springs in there, and some good shocks, and this vehicle can actually be very capable. And it's surprisingly smooth for the 20-inch rims that have been put on it. Actually surprisingly smooth. And on this kind of road, I mean, it's not, you know, the level of smoothness that I was getting from my Cygnus, but it drives pretty well. Obviously the seat isn't that comfortable. If I was going to go 500 kilometers in this car, I might be a bit concerned about the comfortability of these seats. And as you can see from the way the dash is just sort of laid out for you, and the plastic that we have here, and some of the storage, you know, weird storage, that's your airbag, but you got a bit of storage here, which is useful, you know, to keep some of your documents. You got more storage on the doors. You've got grab handles on the doors. You got grab handles here if you're doing some real off-roading. So it's actually a well thought out vehicle. You've got a very simplistic AC controls. You know, this is like Toyota back in the 1990s. Simple. Look at the size of the knob, you know. You can't really get lost anywhere. You want AC low, and it's immediate. And it actually works well, as you expect from Toyota. Air condition just works really well. And of course, these you can take out and put whatever Pioneer system or whatever you really want to put. But everything is plastic. Everything is simple clicking of buttons. Nothing complex. And you do have low range. So this is a serious off-roader. So if we want to just test let's see how this vehicle actually takes off. I'm gonna leave a bit of dust here. I hope you're ready. But we'll just floor it. Let's just see how it takes off. Good pick. This definitely reminds me a lot of my Prado. Good pick. Handles this kind of road so well. And it's a true 4x4. No doubt about it. True 4x4. You know, I've been seeing videos from Andrew St. Pierre White talking about the Bronco, talking about the Ineos Grenadier. Now we know the Ineos Grenadier is being built in France, and you know, thinking about what that means for SUVs, and then thinking about the fact that Toyota had this FJ Cruiser. They could have taken it further, but they discontinued it for whatever reason, which is just not great. You know, now that I'm actually driving one of these, I don't see why you'd discontinue it. I will say my seat is not so comfortable. Already I'm starting to feel a bit of, like, you know, back. It's too stiff. And you see, small potholes are obviously, the impact does come through the cabin. But you're not expecting that luxury ride quality. You're expecting rugged vehicle, dependable, and nice, easy, maneuverable, zippy, and fun.